Hi, Democrats. Today is Monday, December 7th, the day that will long be known as the Day of Infamy, the commemoration of Pearl Harbor. Also, though, for December 7th, today is the last day for Georgia residents to register to vote to be able to participate in the January 5th election, where we can hopefully flip the Senate blue. And so if you are one of my friends from Georgia, if you have friends or family in Georgia, please reach out to them. Make sure that they are registered to vote, because today is the last day for them to register in order to be able to participate in the election on January 5th. It's the last day for them. It is the first day in Oklahoma to file for office for elections that are being held on either February 7th or April 9th. Today is the first day of filing. Not every county has offices, but I know in Oklahoma County there are city council seats, and there are some county seats that are available, and then there's a special election for Senate District 22. Today is the first day of filing for that. In Tulsa, there's school boards in Tulsa County and Owasso, just kind of all over the place. And so if you're interested in running for office and you don't know where to get started, please reach out. Please reach out to OK Democrats. OKDemocrats.org, run for office. That email comes to me or the executive director, and we will direct you to the place where you need to be, and we'll get you the answers that you need answered. But today is the first day for filing. So I'm kind of excited about that. We're into a whole nother election cycle. And we have a lot of lessons learned, and we can take from that and help some Democrats get elected here in February. Kind of excited about that. Other things that are going on this week. This is the week where legislators must file their bills for this session. And so I've spent a good portion of the day talking to legislators about some of the bills that I'm interested in seeing and that I know are being worked on. And so if there are some bills, don't just call and say you need to do something about this. Do a little research. Find some samples, give them some information as to why it's an important bill, but call your legislators and talk to them about some legislation that you'd like to see. Again, don't call them with wild ideas. Help them out, because they have to craft it in a way that can be presented. I made that mistake, which is why I spent all day on the phone working with some legislators to help craft decent language in hopes that it will actually get heard. Also, there are some crazy problematic bills that are being talked about, and some of our legislators are trying to get public opinion on their side before they even present the bill. And some of those bills are a little bit ridiculous. So there's one that's going to be submitted in the Oklahoma State Senate that will prohibit the ability to video law enforcement and post on the internet. Transparency, anybody? We need to watch that bill. Call your legislator, ask them about it, let them know how you feel about it. And if you don't know how to reach your legislator, please go out to oklegislator.gov, find my legislator. And it will take you put in your address, and it will tell you who represents you. And you need to let them know that's a silly bill. Now, let me go on record. I want to be very clear. They're going to pretend like this is an anti-doxing bill. I am on record. Doxing is not okay, ever, ever, ever. Doxing is not cool. But that's not what this is about. That's not what this is about at all. And we can't pass a bill that says police officers can do anything and citizens have no rights. That's silliness, and we need to nip that one in the bud and let them know how we feel about it. Then there's a bill that's being considered to be introduced. Exactly, Chad. There's a bill that's being considered to be introduced to make petition initiatives harder to get. They're adding some complexity to the rules around petition initiatives. Petition initiatives are citizens' voice. Petition initiatives are how we get to have our say in addition to what the legislators are presenting. It's not to supplant the legislators. It's not to ignore that we've elected this body, because we did, but it's in addition. And there is someone considering crafting a bill to make it more difficult for petition initiatives to pass. We can't let that happen either. Without a petition initiative, we wouldn't have legalized medical marijuana. We wouldn't have expanded Medicaid. We wouldn't have the criminal justice reform bills of, I think it's 780 and 781. Those were petition initiatives. Those were for the good of Oklahoma. The Oklahomans got a say by signing that they wanted to have their say, and then actually going to the ballot box. And so we've got to make sure, the legislator trying to raid TSET, that got stopped from petition initiatives. And we just need to make sure that we have that flexibility as citizens to help our legislators. I don't want to supplant our legislature. I don't think that, that they don't get a say. We elected them to represent us, but we just need to help them, because they can only submit so many bills and they can only do so much, right? And I see you, Andrea, but I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying really hard to stay positive. So my immediate hot button today, and I hope you will join me on this one, is we need to call the governor, because the eviction moratorium ends on December 31st, which means that as soon as the courts open in January, we will effectively render thousands of Oklahomans homeless at a difficult time in the winter. I know that it's a tough time for landlords. Landlords also need help. We have CARES Act money that we could use to help landlords. Helping landlords helps the tenants and keeps us from putting people out on the street at a time when a lot of businesses are having a hard time keeping people full-time and paying people full-time. And I understand, and I'm going to say it again, I understand landlords need help. And I think that we should advocate for landlords as well, not only, as well. Please reach out to the governor, ask him to use some of the CARES Act funds to help, to extend the eviction moratorium, because it just makes me sad, not as a Democrat, but just as a human being, just makes me sad at the concept of the buildup of evictions that might happen in January, one of our coldest months. And once you get an eviction on your record, so even if someone's having a hard time now, or they just got a job and they could be able to catch up, it's going to make it difficult for them to find a place to live. Beyond just what happens in January. We need to, I'm not talking about a handout here. I'm talking about helping our fellow Oklahomans and also helping ourselves, right? When we increase the homelessness in our communities, we make it less safe for human beings, be it the homeless or be it the desperate. We don't want to make people desperate. Desperate people don't make the best decisions. And if we can avoid that, I just think it's a good idea. So please reach out to the governor, ask him to extend the eviction moratorium and use some of the CARES Act funds to offer some relief. And as hard-headed as we think he is, I have to say I saw a glimmer today, because he rescinded his latest state board appointment nominee that had no business even being on a list. He did rescind that. And so maybe he's in a mood to listen. So please reach out to the governor, ask him to extend the eviction moratorium and use some of the CARES Acts to help the tenants and the landlords and prevent just dumping human beings out, making them homeless. that's it for me today. I'm going to resume at the first of the year, the dailies, because we do have elections coming up, and I like to update people on things that are going on in elections. But I'm going to give you guys December to celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas and Festivus and Kwanzaa, or whatever it is that you celebrate, and give you that time. We all just need to take a deep breath because we have a lot of work to do in 2021. Please join Scott on the Hamilton Report this evening at 7 o'clock, where he will be joined by Marlon Coleman, Muskoge's first Black mayor, who's also a reverend. So I think it should be a very interesting conversation. Tonight at 7, go out to the Oklahoma Democrats Facebook page or our YouTube page. All righty. I hope you guys join him, and I will see you on Wednesday. Sharing is caring. Have a great one.